Thank you again, Mr. Chairman. I'd just like to address a couple of points that I had in my written testimony. And one of them, number 2, the Providence Journal and the Department of Motor Vehicles both attest to the fact, especially the Department of Motor Vehicles, that if in fact we had driver's licenses for illegal aliens available, right off the bat we would have 18,000 to 25,000 illegal aliens eligible to apply for driver's licenses. In that same article, that it also said that the first year it would cost the state of Rhode Island $1.8 million to administer that program. Where does that money come from? And I'm way ahead of myself. I apologize, but I should have thanked Representative Williams for the kind remarks that she made and say that the feeling is mutual between Representative Williams and myself. We have no animosity between the two of us whatsoever. We admire each other. We just differ on this particular issue. So thank you to Representative Williams. But we're getting back to the cost of this. In the Providence school system, we currently address 63 different foreign languages. 63. Just put 63 towards 18,000 to 25,000 people eligible for driver's licenses. Dorcas International, they have 5,000 clients at Dorcas International. They have 50 interpreters on their staff at Dorcas International for 5,000 clients. How many would the Registry of Motor Vehicles need for up to 25,000 in 63 different languages? That's just, I don't know how we could possibly address that. But when we get into the bill, and Representative Agello with the insurance, and everyone said, the testimony has been so far that they have to have insurance. You don't have to have insurance, you were correct, to get a driver's license. So people could get these driver's licenses. That doesn't mean anything's going to be any safer. That doesn't mean they're all going to run out and get insurance right away. They don't carry insurance for the most part now, and even the people that have ITIN numbers, a lot of them don't carry any insurance on their cars right now. That's why people are upset. But getting to the bill itself, the very first sentence says, in order to ensure all drivers are knowledgeable of traffic safety laws and the safe operation of motor vehicles. If people speak 63 different languages, how are they going to possibly be able to read the street signs, read directions, and so on and so forth, if they speak 63 different languages? The rest of my points all have to do with verification, and I think they're valid concerns. Any of the following documents that reliably prove the applicant's name, date of birth, place of birth, a foreign birth certificate. It was just mentioned during the week that you can go on the internet and get a birth certificate from anywhere, any country in the world for $7.50. So how is the Registry of Motor Vehicles going to verify that particular aspect? A foreign passport. And the problem I have with a foreign passport, it says a foreign passport is acceptable if it's expired for less than 3 years. So are we going to take for granted that somebody's passport expired for whatever the reason up to 3 years? Is that acceptable? Then a valid driver's license from another state or identification card issued by another state. Again, is our Registry of Motor Vehicles, and maybe they are, I don't know that, but are they capable of verifying that particular information? And a little further on, it says file an affidavit, which I think Representative McAtee addressed. File an affidavit that such applicant has filed an application to legalize their immigration status or will file at such time as they're eligible. Who verifies that? We already have an illegal bill, an illegal policy for in-state tuition that exists in the state of Rhode Island that has that same provision. Does anyone at URI, have they ever checked an affidavit of someone that said, that wrote down on a piece of paper that I under oath state that I I applied for citizenship, or that I will when the time comes. Well, when does the time come? You know, if you get a driver's license tomorrow, when does the time come for that affidavit to be eligible? And another thing I have a problem with, and again, verification of those facts. Applicants for a driver's privilege license will not be required to comply with successful completion of a written exam and the road test required if they can provide the following. Again, that verification, driver's licenses from other places. And this is another accepted form. In the event the driver's license issued by another state or U.S. territory has expired for less than 1 year. How do we do that? What does the Registry of Motor Vehicles, can they check with Utah if you present something that says your license has been expired for only 8 months? Can we verify that here? I don't know. Maybe they could. And the last one, I won't go through the last one. It's just it kind of conflicts with a previous statement about education and so on. But for all of those reasons, I object. I'm against this bill. And I think if you ask most Rhode Islanders, they would be against the bill also. And I think they did I think about 3 years ago, or maybe 4 now, it was something like 80% of Rhode Islanders were against this particular type of legislation. And I think a lot of people would still be against it. And I think all this does is invites more illegal aliens to come to the state of Rhode Island. And as far as fear is concerned, I don't think people are in fear of anything. And one of the things that I kind of disagree a little bit with what Representative Williams said was, what do illegal aliens look like? Illegal aliens look like all of us right here in the room. Because if you go to Newport, not so much as Providence, you would probably find the majority of illegal aliens would be Hispanic. If you went to Newport during the summer, you would find that the majority of illegal aliens are Irish, English, Spanish, Canadian, and it's loaded with illegal aliens working in the restaurants and working in the service industries in Newport. And, I mean, they're from everywhere. And not recently, I shouldn't say recently, I think 3 years ago in Boston, and I commented on this in the Providence Journal, there were 35 Irish illegal immigrants deported out of the city of Boston about 4 years ago. So I think the look-alike part, it shouldn't even be part of the equation. It's just illegal aliens, period, not what anybody looks like, where they necessarily come from. If they've come here illegally, that's what we have a problem with. Thank you.